Alright, so outside the garage here with Belle, we'll take one last look at this front end. Typical. Cloudy headlights, cloudy park lights, messed up corners because they're all faded and dim. Now this truck does have full LED high beam, low beam, and color change bulbs for the turn signals. And the tail lights, which you can't see, but all the way back there, they're factory, and they also run a full LED package. I'll show you how we do that without cutting up the harness. Don't cut your harness. Just don't. No, there's an easier way. Let's get into this uninstall and reinstall. Yeah. Alright, so with the hood open, we're going to go over the tools you need and the points at which the grill is fastened to the truck, because that's got to come right out. So we'll start with tools. So, you need 14 mil for the back of the corner lenses, 10 mil for the headlights, 7 mil for the grill bolts, Phillips screwdriver for the park lights, which you'll see Y screwdriver for the way in, and impact on our drill for the way out. And then I use impact driver, quarter drive, and then I have the Phillips there, number 2, and 1/4 inch ratchet with a flex head. I might have to grab a shallow 10 mil as well. In fact, I probably should have. Anyways, so we'll let the track steer go by residential construction and all that fun times. So under the hood here, you're going to be taking that bolt, well, not bolt, screw, 7 mil, 7 mil, 7 mil, 7 mil, and right there is another 7 mil. Chev guys, you have the same thing, and then it's a clip behind there, a clip there, and a clip in the middle, which is what the long flat screwdriver is for. You'll see this grill's already broken because it's been out quite a few times, but that's what happens when you reef on it and you don't release the tab on the inside. Park lights, number 2 Phillips, right? So there's 4 per side, comes out. WT guys, you only have 2, and then like a clip at that end, where your light clips in and then down and screws in. To get your grill out, you have more screws behind the park light on either side. Alright, let's get to pulling this off. So another little tip, take an old box and some Tremclad black, stick all your screws from your park lights in the top of the box and give them a paint. Because if you're putting in cool park lights, you don't want these dingy old screws in there. A little pro tip. That's much better. It'll look way better now. Toast. And here you see those color change LEDs with the 2 different, the orange and the white. We're going to take those out. Save them for another truck. Take the corner light out. Take bulb out. Leave your screws where you'll remember them. You can find replacements, but it's not easy. And pull up on the tab and away we go. Screwdriver of justice. Oh, come on now. Perfect. Grill's out. Now the grill's out, go ahead and take the 4 bolts out, pull the headlights in, and get them out of the way. This is the 10 mil if I remember correctly. And like that, they're out. Screwdriver again to get out these tabs holding the headlight. Bulbs to the truck. And as you can see here, it has a high and low beam LEDs. So we'll save the bulbs out of this for another truck. So with the grill out and the headlights out, you can see here that there's a notch that's been put in. Now, if you're running the projector headlights, you have to cut a notch in like this. Otherwise, they sit down and kind of out, and they'll never adjust right. They'll never sit right, and it'll drive you insane. So we notch all of our rad supports and then spray paint the area black to prevent them from rust. The other thing too here is you see copper coat on all the bolt holes for the headlights, so they can come in and out easier when the time comes. Now if we look around, it's here, it's this opening. There is a self-tapper screw type bushing that goes in there for the WT grills. And I believe the valance is the same, but the valance becomes gray for the WT guys. Coming across this here, on some grills, I believe it disappears on some. The older grills don't have it. The 96 and up do have it. The 95, 94 and down don't. And same on this side for, you know, you guys that want to run projectors. you got to notch it again. But it doesn't, once the projector does not hit the horn or this air intake duct, it's kind of just sits here-ish and it works. Yeah, and then your harness, air conditioning condenser, coolers, and everything else. All right, so let's grab the new headlights, park lights, and all that. Get them thrown on. All right, so we got our first new headlight here, and this is where these come into play. On the back, you will see normally there are pins that line this into place. These ones don't have them, so I spoke too soon. But normally what you do is you take your side cutters and you flush the pins off so that these float around and you can adjust the headlight. So, as you can see, the holes are fairly large and it allows the headlight to kind of move around. That's the biggest trick to aftermarket headlights, is nip them friggin' nubby things off and allow the headlight to float. Now, with that being said, you have to have some patience here, because you loosely install the headlight and then you put the grill back on and align your headlight, tighten the two lower bolts down with either a wrench or the stubby socket and the flat ratchet, and then pull the grill off and set the rest of them in or tighten them down, and then put the grill back on after the wires are hooked up. So let's go ahead and get this in. Always make sure your wires are free and clear too. That'll cause your headlights to sit weird as well. Now at this point you should be able to walk the headlight around like this, and then once it's in place where you want it, it's these two lower bolts that you tighten up, and then come back, pull the grill off, then come back and tighten the upper two, and that'll get it sitting where you want it. Editor Donovan here. Didn't realize we were having microphone issues up until, long time after filming any of this. So what we're going to do is kind of voice over this part. At this point, I had taken the 13 mil deep socket and taken the corner lights out of the grill, cleaned up the area, and what I'm saying here is there's a little trick. That area there, if you're running the chrome lights, you're going to put a piece of aluminum tape in that area, or black tape for black backed lights. And what that does is it allows it to transition from the corner to the park light or from the corner to the headlight seamlessly. It's just a neat little trick that I picked up years ago, and we've done it to every truck. I didn't do it to this one because this truck is a dark color, and behind the smoked corner lens, I didn't think it would really matter. So with the new LED corners, and you can see we have that extra hole, and we actually notched here to allow the wire to go through. And this just plugs into where the corner bulb is. Let's take a look at the other side. First time seeing it. Oh wow. Oh wow. That's going to look really good in there. Let's get this grill back. Okay, with the grill back in, it's coming along. We're starting to see the final result. Now, next step. is the park lights. Now these have a built-in resistor, the 1157 two-prong plug, and then these tap into the head or plug into the headlights. So we know these trucks have two 1157 bulbs. So take black tape and cover one socket on each side, and then plug the corresponding black and yellow wires into there. And then toss it in and verify, and that should be it. Alright, let's get her done. Oh, one more thing. Secure this to the rad support with a small self-tapper screw or something, not double-sided tape, otherwise it'll melt and fall off. So with one taped off, the resistor screwed in, the wires tied to the proper mates, the 1157 plugged in, and the light hanging in the middle of nowhere, we're going to throw a screw in so it looks like this side, then we'll check everything and put the other screws in. Oh yeah! Alright, let's see if this all works as it should. You're going to have to tell me if it's working, but we'll run through the lights. Light check! Oh, I do like that. Oh, I like that. Oh, I think I like that a little too much. Uh-oh. I don't know if I want to give him the truck back now. We might be in trouble. Good gravy. Look at that. That has come a long way in a short time. That looks so good. See how a light package can make or break a truck? That really works with this color. Oh, I'm going to admit it. The smoked corners. Yep. Yeah. I like them. It works. Oh boy. I really don't want to give this back now. Right. On to the other things I was going to show you. And that was how to fix the daytime running light. And the way to stop the hyper flash in the turn signals without cutting your harness. Alright, let's jump into the cab and I'll show you both of those. Alright, so in the cab here, got the little panel off, fuse panel, don't look at the dust, that's not a thing. So it says here, number 15 is a 20 amp DRL fog. Now the Tahoe has the fog lights and it doesn't have the DRL fuse pulled, and it does have the DRL fuse pulled, and it seems to be just fine. Your mileage may vary on your truck. Check that out. Make sure that's not going to be a problem. But number 15, right? Yeah, 15 is right there. 20 amp. So, I see this truck still has it. Well, we'll leave it for now. We'll leave it for now and deal with it later. if it's an issue, if it becomes an issue. I know if you're running HIDs, that becomes an issue, and those are a whole different topic for a different day. Now let's dip under the dash, see if we got enough light. Maybe not, but you'll see this flasher relay. It is an LED heavy load one. Let's see if I can just pull it out. There it is. So for you guys that want to run LEDs without cutting your harness, this is how you do it. This is exactly how you do it. There's the number, there's the part number, there's the manufacturer, right? 4-pin, heavy duty relay. That's the trick. Without ever cutting a harness. Doesn't matter what LEDs you run, trailering or not, this stops the hyper flash, and you never have to cut a wire. Best thing ever. Alright, I'm going to throw those back in. So with the final assembly done, grill back in, all the screws in, everything back in place, obviously hood down, that front end looks, miles better. I can't believe the change. Just goes to show the right combination really brings out the best in the color in a truck and really brings out its character. After seeing this, I don't really know if I want to change the front end to something else. I don't know. It's looking pretty sharp. Next project on this, next small thing we're going to do while we're waiting for parts for the Tahoe is the wiper arms. It's a small thing. It goes a long way to making it look that much crisper, that much cleaner. And again, it's a low dollar thing. It's just some spray paint and some of your time. So we'll do that in the next couple days here. That'll be the next short little video for you. Going back to the Tahoe updates, it's a part. We're waiting for parts. We're going to do the full air conditioning front to back. And we're going to do the power steering pump and as well as the engine oil cooler lines. So there'll be videos on that as well for the Tahoe. But till then, she's just hanging out, chilling in the garage, doing nothing, which is fine. It can stay there. Another reason why we're working on Bell. So drop down in the comments what you think of the front end. If you have any other tips or tricks that might be beneficial to other CK owners, drop them down. Let's spread the love, spread the word. I can't wait to see what's next for this. I'd love to see what you guys have going on out there, your projects, your stuff like that. Definitely drop it in the comments and let's get the conversations going with everybody. That's all we got for now. I'm going to leave it there. Y'all take care out there and be safe. We'll see you next time.